Hello everyone, my name is Isaac Ewosho. I'm your composition instructor for English 102 W82 Fall 2024. This class is fully online and will begin in earnest October 14, 2024. Now I have decided to open the materials in this class so that you are able to see what is expected of you, but also to preview the materials before October 14th. The first thing I'm going to walk you through is our course shell. Over here is the announcement tab. This is where I will post announcements pertaining to the class. Once I post an announcement, you should also get an email. So at the very least, you should be checking your announcements every day, because if there's an announcement, it was going to go into your email. But if you're on Blackboard, you should be able to see my announcement as well. The next tab I want to walk you through is the syllabus and schedule tab. Notice what happens once I click on the tab. Here is where you can find the course syllabus and the course calendar. So this is the course calendar and the course syllabus. I actually have the course syllabus open right in front of me and you can see it. I'll return to this later. The course calendar is right here, which I also have opened. Again, I'm going to return to this in my next video. The next tab you see here is the course materials tab. This is the tab where you will be able to find the weekly readings and materials. So once you click on the weekly readings and materials folder, watch what happens. Well, you can only see week 1 and week 2 because I have made unavailable week 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you want to start with week 1. Okay. Now, when you go into the week 1 folder, you will see the following materials. An important folder you should check is the course orientation submissions. These are items that I practically do in week 1, but I've specifically called them course orientation submissions because these are like materials I want you to turn in before you turn in any other work in the class. So this is important. You should look at what is due. For instance, you have the introductory survey and you have the statement of understanding to complete and the syllabus quiz. Make sure you do this as soon as you get the chance. The next tab I want to examine is the faculty information tab. This has not been made available, but I will make it available to you. But here you will find information regarding me, your instructor. Let me exit the preview from student view so you can see the instructor view. So in the faculty tab, this is where you would have information about me, the times I'm available. It's right here. It's got information about my personal website and just a short bio note. Okay. The next tab I want to examine is the Learning Modules tab. The Learning Modules tab is where you would find activities as well as readings. Well, it's separate from the Course Materials tab, which is just like a shortcut to get to the readings. The Learning Modules tab describes what you can expect during every week. For instance, the course orientation. The objectives are core objectives are outlined and explained. Then you have in module 1, week 1, you have what to expect. I've already outlined what you can expect. So when you click on the Start Here Course Orientation tab, watch what happens. You have the module activities and the module assignments. The module activities will bring you to discussion board prompts or perhaps any notes that I have for you, such as the course orientation video and just information on how you can navigate the course shell. Let's go back. The module assignments, of course, will bring you to the course orientation submissions, as I've mentioned when I explore the course materials tab. in module 2 you have something similar to module 1, which just lists what to expect and what you need to do. The modules you will see from 1 all the way to 8 are pretty much identical, similar. So you will see the same format where I start off with module activities, then module discussion board prompts. So for instance, you would have discussion board prompts on To Serve with Love, and once you get into then you're going to access the discussion board to complete this prompt. You're not going to type directly here. So the discussion board is the next tab I will explore next. So watch what happens when I click on the discussion board tab. So this is where you respond to your autobiographical profile in week 1. Then the next activity will be evaluating and responding to images, okay, and so on and so forth. Now let me return back to the student view so you can see something that is more related to what concerns you as a student. You have the Tools and Communications tab. This is where you use to communicate. The tab you access to communicate with your peers or to contact me, your instructor. So if you want to send an email, you will click on this, send email, and all instructors or students, okay, and that's how you do it if you want to reach out to me. My Grades tab is where you would see my feedback on your submissions. So once you click on this, it should bring you to your grade, what is coming up and what you can expect, the deadlines, and any information you should be aware of, okay. And then we've got Blackboard Help. And another tab I need to point out is the Assignments and Projects tab. So this is where you find the assignments that is due in the class. For instance, the course orientation submissions are all folders here. The literary analysis essay assignment is here. Another folder that I think you could learn something about writing, the writing process, essays, MLA styles, and citation. Okay, so I'm going to exit the student mode again. And the next thing I want to talk to you about is the course syllabus. That is important because it outlines information about the class policies, class expectations, and what you can expect from me, your instructor. So you notice that I have here the course theme, which is literary analysis, critical thinking, and research. I want to emphasize that the theme of this class is focused on critical thinking and research and literary analysis. As I've mentioned, we will be covering topics such as logical arguments and debates, critical thinking, free speech on college campuses, rhetorical analysis, and argumentative writing. Now this document is a living document, which means I could change it at any time, but if I will be changing my syllabus, I will let you know as a courtesy. Of course, I won't just change things without letting you know. To me, that is unfair and it's not me. If I make changes to the syllabus, I will certainly let you know. The document I'll probably be making more changes to, it's likely going to be the course calendar, not the syllabus. So this class runs from October 14th to December 8th. If you want to navigate this document in a way that it's easier for you, you can always refer to the table of contents tab, okay, which is on page 3. Now this class ends on December 8th. Okay, my office hours are on Mondays from 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. or by appointment. Please let me know at least 12 hours in advance before you if you want me to schedule a meeting with you. Just reach out in advance. This is a course textbook we'll be using. It's called Practical Arguments. It's now an old textbook. It's in the 4th edition. There is a 5th edition of it, but I want you all to make sure that you you have this book, because we're going to be using it in this class. These are the assignments laid out, which you can expect in this class. If I decide to change it, I've set tentative grading criteria because it could change. But as far as this document is concerned, this is going to be the assignments and the main activities we'll cover in this class. Since this is an 8-week class, I've decided to take out some materials that might be seen as too much for you guys in your first week of class, or in an 8-week class. So I've tried my best to keep things shorter for the sake of this class, since it runs only for 8 weeks. Okay, and this has information on what I'm expecting. I want you to turn in your assignment as a Word document. It should be free for you to download. The instructions are right here. Again, you're not submitting a Google link to me as you probably did in K-12. So this is different in the college setting. I don't want a Google link document. I have said in the format I want you to submit this. So I expect that you follow my expectations. Okay? And reach out if you have any questions. So every semester I've always had to guide students how they can download this. I also have instructions in week 1 on how you can download Microsoft Office or Microsoft Office products, if applicable to what you're doing in this class. Now, I also want to mention my policy on late work. If there's some reasonable situation or circumstances in which you cannot finish a paper before it's due, you need to let me know before the due date, not after the due date. This is an online class, but if it's possible to be absent in an online class, if I don't hear from you in a week or two, then I'm going to assume that you something has happened, and but you're pretty much absent if you're not participating in turning in work during the week. I want you to read the other policies that I have stated in the course calendar, such as your participation points. Grievance is another unlikely event where there is an issue you have with me, your instructor, or maybe fellow students. So I encourage you on how you can solve such a problem by contacting me. Okay? You need to reach out to me, and we can work out a solution. Communication is two-way, not one-way. I'm flexible in communicating with students. The question I have for you is, are you? I would try my best to be available if you need me, even though it's an online class. But first, you must also let me know if you're available, and we will figure out what works for you. Other times I'll make an attempt to contact the students. My primary goal is to use email, but if that email is not possible, I will use other means that I have, such as your contact information. Maybe I will try to make a call, but I don't do this all the time. That depends on the situation. But if I do reach out to you, I will leave a message, a clear message of what I want you to do. It won't just be random. So the other activities or policies in this class is outlined on my syllabus, and I expect you to review them. Okay? Key information you need right here: technology information if you are pregnant, if you have a disability, if you're a former military veteran. All the information you need to know is right here. We have Information Academic Support Center, that's also there. Student and Wellness, and key events and dates. Now, that concludes my review